It is day 4 of our adventure. On day 1, we flew into Bozeman, Montana, and picked up our bikes in Belgrade. We then rode to Hardin. On day 2, we rode from Hardin down Highway 212 to Deadwood, South Dakota. On day 3, we visited Sturgis, Spearfish Canyon, the Black Hills, Mount Rushmore, and Custer State Park, ending up in Keystone. Today, we're headed west into Wyoming, and we'll spend the night in Gillette. We've already had the 3 good days John had hoped for. I wonder what today will bring. Weather had abbreviated our ride in the Custer State Park the day before, so we planned to spend the morning there. We made a quick stop at the Pigtails and then headed for Highway 87. The Mount Rushmore sign was along the way, so we stopped there also. A young lady was taking a picture of the sign and asked if we both wanted in our picture. John set the picture up for her, and we now have it. The ride down Highway 87 was very nice. A look in my rearview mirror revealed that John was on the side of the road again. I stopped and began pondering what John was taking a picture of. It was a nice scenic area with high rock walls to my right. I didn't learn until we got home what the picture was really about. George and I hung in my office until I retired. This is my favorite picture of the entire trip. Shortly after entering Custer State Park, we stopped at a rest area. We parked beside a large pile of snow. This was without a doubt the most snow we'd seen the entire trip. Mostly, it was just a few patches along the road. John had a sandwich and I had some chips. As we were departing, some adolescent in a blue do-rag just had to throw a snowball. It landed right on my seat. The Needles Highway was spectacular. The first stop along the way was the formation the highway is named for. Unfortunately, a fairly large crowd formed in the area as we got there. We didn't spend as much time as I would have liked to have had. A little further down the Needles Highway, we made a turn onto the wildlife loop, and one of the first things that we encountered was a "Buffalo are dangerous" sign. A bit further down the road, and we came to a prairie dog town. We were still trying to get an action shot. We came to a curve that overlooked an area of a much lower elevation. The road below was full of curves, but as John pointed out, it was too far away to get a good picture. We headed down. Down below, we stopped and got a few pictures. John had stepped into the field, and as he came out, he remarked that he had to really watch his step. Buffalo chips, and fresh ones, were everywhere. We turned another curve, and there was the source of the chips. Buffalo Bob and Howdy Doody were gazing out over a rather large herd of American bison. They were passively grazing throughout the area of a rolling pasture land. This was the cow herd, consisting mostly of cows, calves, and a few older large bulls. We watched for a while, took a few pictures, moved 50 feet, took a few more pictures, and decided to leave. We hadn't gone a mile when we came on another smaller herd. They were on both sides of the road, just on the shoulder. These were the young studs, angry, frustrated, and out to prove something to somebody. John, still in the lead, started through the herd. As he approached the first group, they swung in his direction. They didn't seem to like the noise. The bikes were sounding more Harley every day. As I passed, they snorted and started in my direction. It was going well, though. We were moving faster than they reacted until one of the last group that was standing on a small hill on the right leaped off the hill and into the middle of the narrow road, directly in John's path. John stopped. I don't blame him. We all stood in the middle of the road for a while until I heard a commotion behind me. John, this is not good. Go behind him. With that, our friend also obliged by taking one giant step forward, leaving room for John to scoot behind him. This startled the buffalo, and he lunged forward, colliding with another. I gunned my beast as the two of them tangled, but didn't see the end as I was rolling on the throttle as hard as it would go. We just stopped down the road and had a good laugh. Close encounter of yet another kind. Buffalo are dangerous, you know. We headed west for Devil's Tower. On the approach road, I saw another bike in front of us. We had just about caught the bike when John stopped for another picture. We caught the Goldwing at the entrance gate to the park. The riders were a couple from Germany that were headed for Seattle, where they kept the bike. Apparently, they had purchased it the year before, and this was their second venture on it. They were the ones that fell on Route 385 in the Black Hills. They told John and me that we were very nice people in spite of riding Harleys. We all had a good laugh. We got their picture, and they got ours. As we parked at the visitor center, a young blonde girl approached us. "Will you let me take a picture?" she asked with an accent. "Sure, you want to sit on the bike?" Boy, did she. I stepped away so that one of her friends could get her picture. No, that wasn't what she wanted. She wanted me in the picture. "Where are you from?" "Moscow, Russia. My name is Olga." Olga was a foreign exchange student, and she was with several other kids. They had told her that we wouldn't be bothered with her. She proved them wrong. She thought we had cool outfits. I told her no, they kept us from getting cool. Devil's Tower is 865 feet from the base to the top. The top is 1.5 acres and covered with sagebrush. The monolith is almost perpendicular with the sides fluted columns. It is the location of the filming of the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. We spent the evening in Gillette.